Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Okay, race fans, welcome back in. It's Sunday evening. You'll be catching this one simulcast, unfortunately. A little bit of a upload issue here on my ISP's end, but you know what? Either way, it's still going to be a banger. I'm recording this as if I have no idea what's going on, actually recording it live, because you know what? I'm in the race session fine, but welcome to week 4. This is Race Nexus. I'm Rob Campbell. We head to Okayama in the Apex. This Mazda series should be a fun one here this evening. A track that all these drivers should know well, not only because they've been here twice this week already in various Apex this leagues, but it's a track that you see a ton of times in rookie classes, working your way up through the licensing system here on iRacing. So I suspect we're going to see a ton of action here this evening, and it's going to be a blast. But first, let's take a look at our driver's points coming to this one. Brian Lemke leading the pro category ahead of Jim Feliz and Joshua Soto. Ron Bykov and Thomas Lathrop going to round out our top 5. Greenho, Tana Greta, O'Gorman, Exilu, and Bodway round out our top 10. Over in the inside of things, we see Matt Schlosser leading the way. You find him on special stage Fridays here on Racers Nexus. Leading the AM class, Nick Velasco and William Stern round out our top 3 with Sherman and Mealy. Round out the top 5. Then we have Foster, Bandy, Aguadella, Chris Croto, and Matt Bond going to round out our top 10 drivers in points. Take a look at the schedule. As mentioned, this is week number 4, and we're at Okayama. We're going to head to Daytona next week, a track that everybody and anybody should know. We're going to follow it up with the Donington Park National Circuit the week after, so a couple of great circuits still on the way here. And then, you know what, let's take and have a look at our track info here this evening. As I mentioned, we're at Okayama, a track all these drivers should know well. Track opened in 1990, November of 1990. 2.30 miles, 3.7 kilometers, only 8 corners here this evening to challenge our drivers. And we are in Okayama, Japan. Okayama Prefecture, I believe it is, Japan. So welcome to the other side of the world here, as most of our drivers are based out of the North American time zone. But all that out of the way, let's head over into qualifying, see how our drivers are doing as we're on board with Nick Velasco, currently sitting in 9th place. Our top AM driver showing a ton of speed here this evening is Velasco, but Lincoln Fox is the driver leading the way here. The pro driver leading the way over Jim Feliz in 2nd place. Michael Brock currently sitting in 3rd place. Nice qualifying run by Mr. Brock. Matt Schlosser, our leader in AM class, currently sitting in 11th, 2nd in class 2 as well. So if you're new to this series, you'll identify those 2 classes up at the top of the screen. You'll see the white drivers in the timing tower, white car numbers. Those are our pro drivers. The green numbers will indicate our AM drivers, also known as the mid-pack Larrys. So pick up the big dog, Kent Kruger, chief admin of the league. Right now, currently sitting in 16th place. Big dog from Denton, Texas. Looking strong in qualifying so far. Sean Teeter currently our third place and but all the way back in 22nd place. So we have in excess of 36 cars in the session here this evening. Should make for a ton of fun racing out here this evening as we pick up Roman Bykoff in the Coors Lightning machine. Good to see Roman back in that Coors liveried machine, although he's only got the silver bullet on the side and the mountains on the side. Still going with the incognito look for the rest of the car out there. Let's pick back up Michael Brock. Oh, he's going to drop a tire off into the sand heading into the final corner. That is going to negate his lap time, unfortunately for him. He will not have time to put in another lap with less than a minute to go in qualifying. Oh, right into the barriers at the end. It's going to be it for him either way. It looks like Matt Schlosser has done his lap. Ozzik Sulu calling it quits to his bell. Justin back out of the final corner. No surprise there. You see Michael Brock flagged with the meatball flag. Justin back across the line, currently in 20th place, 18th in class. He is not going to improve on that time. Sean Gapinski, the Mario car, currently sitting in 12th place. Nice qualifying right now for Gapinski. See if he's able to get across the line to put another lap in. It's going to be tight. Ooh, dropped a tire off there. Borderline whether that's going to scrub his lap here or not. Keep an eye on it. We do have a couple drivers sharing their cams here this evening. We've got Tony Wallace and Kelly Greenholm. We'll get them up on screen as the race proceeds. And there we go. Gapinski, unfortunately, unable to get to the line before the end of qualifying. So that's going to wrap up qualifying. We'll take a look at our results here. Again, 2 20-minute heat sessions coming our way. Here we go. Lincoln Fox takes pole away from Jim Feliz. Michael Brock and Michael Chase in row number 2, 3, and 4. Brian Lemke and Tony Wallace going to make up row 3 in 5th and 6th place. Thomas Lathrop in 7th with Roman Bykoff in 8th. Nick Belasco and Shane Stern going to round out our top 10 drivers here. Starting this one off this evening, and then over in the second page, our next 10 drivers, we're going to find Matt Schlosser in 11th place with Sean Kapinski in 12th. Kevin Zhu and John Cooper, 13th and 14th. 15th and 16th is going to go to Ozzik Sulu and Kent Kruger. Joseph Meyer in 17th with Gregorio Moreno Jr. in 18th. Kelly Greenholm and Justin Back going to round out our top 20 drivers. 21st goes to John Agudello with Keegan Garrick in 22nd. Sean Teeter and Glenn Blanchard, 23rd, 24th. Christopher Croto and Kent Bandy going to round out our top 26 drivers. 27th place going to go to William Stern with Michael Tanagretta to his outside in 28th place. Benson Tay, new driver to the league. Welcome in Benson in 29th. Aaron Sunday going to round out our top 30. Into the final page we go. Joshua Smith in 31st. Mark Sherman in 32nd. Felipe Cox in 33rd. Juan Colmenero 34th. Michael Bond in 35th. Dylan Foster in 36th. And rounding out our 37 car grid here this evening, David Messler. There you go, folks. There we can see all of our drivers gridding up here. Tucked in behind the Porsche safety car. The front row, Lincoln Fox, Jim Feliz. Drivers getting their final rundown here from Kent Kruger. While they do that, let's take a look at the weather conditions. 75-degree air temp, 97-degree track temp. Conditions are clear. No rain in the forecast. 29% humidity. Should be a heck of a race here this evening. As I mentioned, week number 4 of 12. Next week we head to Daytona, and the format is usual. 2 20-minute races here this evening. Top 4 will invert for race number 2. Everybody else will start race number 2 where they finished in race number 1. So stick around for that one. It's going to be a blast. So here we go. A few more corners to go. Our field getting hot and ready. Here we go. After this race, next week will hit us at the halfway point. So our drivers will really start the charge towards the end of the season. This is a go on green field. If this is the first time you're tuning in, our drivers will have to wait for that green flag to drop. You'll know when it goes through the whole timing tower will go green. On the front straight we go. See that grid of 37 Mazdas lined up in behind. There we go. Green is out and away we go. Field fans off into turn one. Felipe Cox. Oh, it's a couple drivers in pit lane, starting for pit lane, but Lincoln Fox gonna lead into turn one. Jim Feliz looking to the outside of him. Michael Brock tucked up into third place. Michael Brock trying to make a quick move up there, unable to do it. Feliz looking to the outside of Lincoln Fox. They head into the first heavy braking section here. The hard right-hander before they head up the hill. See Joshua Smith flagged with a meatball flag, with another number of cars getting caught up in something at the start of the race here. We'll take a look at that in a few moments once we get time. Once things separate out here. Michael Brock making a play now on the outside of Feliz. So you have to try and late break him here. Unable to do it. Lemke now going to look to the outside of Brock. Chase looks up the inside. Lemke on the inside. Lemke will take that position away. That's going to be +1 for Brian Lemke. So we head back a little farther in the field here. Matt Schlosser. He's down a number of spots. Oh, we got some bumping and banging. Oh, we got cars upside down. That's MAV Motorsports car. I think that is Gregorio Moreno upside down on his roof. He is turtled. That's going to be the end of his race, unfortunately. Oh, man. Rough start to the race for him. Ah, looks like Michael Tanagretta out too as well. MAV Motorsports drivers taking a hit early on. A little bit of connection issue there for Nick Velasco. Currently leading the AM class. Man, things did kick off quickly here. So we pick up one of our in-cam cars here. Kelly Greenhoe. Kelly currently in 21st place. He has Mike Bond in behind him. Timing and scoring has been all thrown off here with all these issues that are going on. Mike Bond flagged as being out front, but he is definitely not leading this race. That is Lincoln Fox who is leading the race. Let's see if we can quickly reload timing and scoring here to see if we can get things reset here. It's because all the issues we had to kick off the start. A couple drivers towing back to the pits before the field got there. They flagged them as starting, but Lincoln Fox leading the way here. Jim Feliz in tow, Michael Brock in third, Brian Lemke in fourth. Let's go on board here with Lemke as they work their way back down the hill. A couple drivers dropping a tire off into the dirt. You got to be careful with that. They only get 8 incident points, so dropping a tire off track will get you 1. Having contact with another car that sends them off track is going to give you a 4X. Well, it takes a couple of those contacts, and then you end up having to suffer a drive-through penalty. And in a quick little 20-minute race like this, that is going to be detrimental to your evening. As we hop back a little farther here, we pick up Jonathan Cooper. Coop in the Sky Lounge machine, trying to put some pressure on our top AM driver, Nick Velasco. Velasco new on the scene this season, joined Apex this. He's been a strong competitor in the AM class. Missed a race or two to start the season, but he's been strong here early on. See Lincoln Fox now starting to pull away from Jim Feliz. There we are. Timing and scoring has now reset. Once we've got by all those drivers that towed early on, you can properly see Lincoln Fox leading the way, but the battle right now is for third place between Michael Brock and Brian Lemke. As they head up the back straight. Lemke, can he outbrake Brock? He has that inside position. He's going to try and get later on the brakes. See Michael Brock going to give that to him, tucking in behind. Doesn't want to lose that place to the driver in behind him. Thomas Lathrop, though, sneaking up into this battle. Could Lathrop play a role here yet? Have to keep our eyes on him. Head back a little farther in the field. Matt Schlosser, currently our second place driver in AM class. Gregorio Moreno Jr., that's that car we saw turtled early on. He's in the pits. Looks like he left the pits and he's come back into them again. So rough race for Gregorio Moreno. He'll have one more though and take another shot at it. We hop back up just inside the top 10. We've got Tony Wallace trying to chase down Roman Bykoff, the Coors Lightning machine up ahead. We got our top AM driver, Nick Belasco, right in behind him. Wallace, generally a stout competitor here in the Mazdas. Pretty much the only car he drives in iRacing. See if he can work his way up through the field. Let's pick up Joseph Marr here as he and Ozik Sulu make their way around the wounded Mazda of Gregorio Moreno. Back on track is Moreno. He's going to be a couple laps down, though, unfortunately, to the field. Joseph Marr in tow behind Ozik Sulu. They got Matt Schlosser and Sean Kapinski up ahead of them. They're trying to bridge that gap to Kevin Zhu up ahead in the Totino's Pizza Rolls car. Zhu's the trailing car on this secondary pack. He's got Shane Stern just up ahead of him. Stern, one of those MAV Motorsports drivers. I believe he joined last week or the week before. So welcome in to Shane. Pick up Kelly Greenhoe. Oh, way off track there for Greenhoe as he's trying to sneak up in behind Kent Kruger. He's now got Gregorio Moreno and is filed in behind him. He found a spot to slot in. See here if Greenhoe able to find a way around the big dog, Kent Kruger. Into this quick little double right hand section here. Now they head up the hill. What kind of run will Greenhoe get? Cross the line. This is going to finish up lap number 4. Oh, we see just up ahead of them Ozik Sulu and Joseph Marr. Marr making the move on the inside of Xulu. It's going to move him up into 15th place. Final spot in the top 15 for Joseph Marr. Let's head back up to our leaders. Lincoln Fox leading the way. Jim Flea's now in behind. He's broken away a little bit from Brian Lemke. Lemke had also broken away a little bit from Brock, but Brock's still in tow. Our top 6 cars still within reaching room of each other. Tony Wallace now leads that secondary pack. He's got the lap car of Michael Tanagret, another MAV Motorsports machine up ahead of him. Tony Wallace, Roman Bykoff, Nick Blasco, Shane Stern, John Cooper, Kevin Zhu. They make up that secondary chase pack. Oh, as we see a play for the lead on this pack here. Bykoff looking to the inside of Wallace. Can he make that move stick? He does. Now Wallace having to defend as Blasco looking up the inside. Unfortunately for Blasco, the double right-handers here are going to give Wallace the inside. Oh, Blasco getting squirrely out of that corner. Had to gather that car up. That red Mazda in the background. Nick Blasco, hands full at the wheel there. That's going to cost him a position to Shane Stern. Now Jonathan Cooper looking at the inside. Cooper's around. Oh, man. Jonathan Cooper spins out at the end. Michael Tanagret is around too as well. Kevin Zhu's lost his front bumper trying to avoid all that. Oh, he got a meatball flag out of that too. Oh man, that seems shameful on iRacing's part. I said we were going to go back and look at what happened to kick this one off, and there's been non-stop action here. We haven't had a chance, but we got a moment here. Let's go take a look. It looks like Benson Tay, new driver to the league, might have been one of the first ones that had an incident. Fortunately for him, oh, there he is around. Let's see if we can reload that replay. For some reason didn't want to load up first. I think connection issue, I think, for Benson. There we go. Oh, he tried to go 3 wide, just lost the back end through there right in front of Tanagret. And fortunately, that kind of kicked everything off. A number of cars were able to avoid him. Joshua Smith, I think, going to get wrapped up in this one. Oh, looks like he had detrimental damage to the back end of that car. Rough start for Joshua Smith. Was very stout competitor last season in the AM class. Got moved up into pro this season. Hasn't quite went his way. Jim Feliz now feeling some pressure from Brian Lemke, as Lemke and Brock now hot on the tail of Feliz. That's allowed Lincoln Fox to open up 1.5 seconds. He's actually broken the draft of this pack. It's something we don't see very often in these Mazda races here at Apex this. The draft very strong in these cars due to the fact they have no roof or back window on. They open a huge hole in the air. Drivers from about 1.5, 1.6 seconds back can still get a little bit of draft off the car ahead. So Lincoln Fox almost able to break the draft, but you see there now, Feliz starting to pull him back in. But if they start jockeying for position in behind Fox here, he could easily open that back up. He's just lingering on the edge of breaking that draft. The battle here between Lemke and Brock. Lemke and Feliz and Brock. Starting to get spicy. Brian Lemke trying to find a way around. He's been rocking that black and white paint scheme this season. Usually we're used to seeing him in the all flat black, kind of very light carbon fiber paint. So I think this white paint scheme is actually working out well for him. He's making a play on the inside of Jim Feliz. Battle of the late breakers. Here you see those brake rotors glowing on the front of the cars. Lemke to the inside. He's going to try to take the spot. It's going to switch back here into Feliz's favor. Lemke's got to be careful. Danger losing this spot to Brock in behind. Oh, Feliz going wide out of that corner. That's going to be a 1X for him. I believe that's at least the second time we've seen him go off track, so he's starting to accrue those incident points. As we mentioned, they got to be wary of those points. You don't want to have a drive-through penalty here. It's going to cost you at least 40 seconds. Pulling the pits drive-through, I believe that was Michael Chase we just saw go wide off track. It's going to cost him a little bit of time, but we got a battle shaping up here in the AM class. Nick Blasco leading the way, but he's lost a couple spots here. Matt Schlosser, second place car in class, currently 11th overall, not too far back of Blasco. That's battle for top spot in class. Tony Wallace and Roman Bykoff, they're still battling it out at the lead of the secondary pack here, the peloton, as you would if you're a Tour de France fan or cycling in general. See the lap car of the 020 just up ahead of them. That's Glenn Blanchard staying wide to the outside. A little bump there from Bykoff into the back of Tony Wallace. Doesn't look like it caused any damage to either car. Wallace now with his teammate Shane Stern in behind. Stern looking racy here, trying to find a way around both of these drivers. So they're going to make their charge. Back up the hill they go. It's too wide here between Bykoff and Stern. We're already down to under 7 minutes to go in this race. Battle of the late breakers here coming between Bykoff and Stern. If Bykoff can stay door to door here with Stern, he's going to have the advantage into the next corner, which switches back to a left-hander. He's right there. Now, who's going to outbreak who? Bykoff splits the MAV Motorsports driver. You see a couple cars kicking up some dirt there, but Stern with the crossover can't make it work. But if he can stay there, he might have a chance in that corner. Nick Blasco thought about making a move on the inside, had to back out of it. Glenn Blanchard, the lap car, getting in there for no reason. I'm not sure why he's trying to stick his nose up in the middle of this battle here. Get out of the way, Glenn. Get out of the way. He's now holding up Matt Schlosser. He recognizes that, pulls over to the side. Thank you, Glenn Blanchard. Let's head back up here to the battle for second place. Jim Feliz still leading the way in this battle. Looks like the challenge from Lemke's kind of subsided a little bit here. Lemke having to focus a little bit more on Michael Brock, who's in behind him now. So hop on board here with Michael Brock. Currently in fourth place, started one place up higher, lost that position to Lemke on lap 1. Trying to find a way to fight back. Let's head back a little farther in the field here. Sean Gopinski, he and Ozik Silu battling it out. That is for 15th and 16th place. We got Gregorio Moreno back on track, but fortunately for him, a number of laps down. Trying to stay out of this battle, but trying to find some hot laps too as well, so we can get ready for the next race coming up. Again, stick around. 2 heat races, 20 minutes each. Top 4 will invert for race number 2. John Agadello, he's in behind Justin back. Agadello, final spot in the top 5 van class. Nice run for him right now. He's got Mike Bond, though, sneaking up behind him. Mike Bond in the Mazda with the Lexus badge on the windshield, but he's up 14 positions. Started from the pits, I believe. Working his way up through the field. He's got Keegan Garrigan down. Garrig missing the front end. Heavy damage on that car. I think he might have got involved in that lap 1 incident. Let's see if we can pick up, have a look at what happened to a couple more drivers. So we saw Joshua Smith. Let's see John Agadello, Gregorio Moreno Jr. Let's see what happened to Moreno Jr. This might have been at that first lap incident too as well. Let's see how he got spun around and turtled here. Just on the inside. Oh, he got hit by the 26. Oh, that was Agadello on the inside. And there you go. If you ever wanted to know what the underside of a Mazda MX5 looked like. Oh, there it is there. A number of drivers still getting wrecked up ahead. Take a look at what happened to those in a few moments. Let's head back to the battles. Greenhoe still trying to find a way around the chief admin, the big dog. Up ahead, you see Kelly Greenhoe there on the inlay, sharing his webcam, working that wheel, trying to find a way around the big dog, Kent Kruger. Kent doing well to hold him off. Greenhoe looking to the inside here, though. Gonna try the long way around. Kent Kruger, defensive man of the year here, defending that inside line, but up the hill they go. That's going to keep Kent on the inside here. As long as he can keep that overlap with Kelly Greenhoe, you'll have the inside line. But again, like we saw with Bykov and Stern, if Greenhoe can stay door to door with Kruger, he would have the inside to the following corner. But it looks like Kelly Greenhoe almost cleared Kent Kruger into the brake zone. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. Staying side by side. Looks like Kent going to back out and give that position to Kelly. Heck of a battle there between those two drivers. Long-standing Apex this drivers raced against each other for many years and knew exactly who was going to be aggressive and who wasn't. And neither one of those guys are generally very aggressive, very courteous drivers. They won't try and force an issue. Speaking of forcing the issue, Lincoln Fox, 2.5 seconds up ahead. Very rarely, as I said, we see a driver break the draft. Lincoln Fox came to party here tonight. The Screaming Sicilian paint job working well for him out front. Must be that mustache power on the hood. Flea still holding on to second place. Lemke holding on to that third place. Final step on the podium position for him. Let's check in on our battle for AM class. Schlosser now right up in behind Velasco. We've got a minute and a half to go, or sorry, minute 50 to go. So they will have this lap plus one more. Can Schlosser find a way around Velasco to take the win in AM? Will he have to settle for second place? Just up ahead of them, we see Shane Stern has managed to get around Roman Bykov. Tony Wallace on the inside trying to break that draft, trying to get a little draft off of Joshua Smith, lap down car up ahead of him. Stern late braking. Ooh, Bykov turned a little early, just tapped the inside of Stern. Stern going to hold on to that position, but Velasco and Schlosser now right into this battle. Let's head back up front. Thomas Lathrop has gotten around Michael Brock. Oh man, while we were away, something happened here. Let's see if we can take a look at what happened. Looks like a bunch of swapping positions back and forth here amongst these drivers. Lathrop works around the outside of Chase. Little tap there, opening up the inside line. Perfectly done there by Thomas Lathrop. And then let's see how Lathrop was able to get around Michael Brock. they were heading up the hill. Lathrop with the inside line. Brock going to go out wide. Lathrop going to get later on the brakes. He's going to clear that position off. Brock with no choice but to tuck in behind. We're on the last lap now. Fox still leading the way. Lemke now making a play here for second place. You're going to get a little bit of a bump from Thomas Lathrop. They're all going to file in behind Lemke. Could we see Lathrop and Lemke both take that spot away from Feliz? Lemke tries to late brake on the outside. Can't quite get it done, but as we've seen before, he's in the perfect spot for the next corner. There we go. Brian Lemke up into second place. Jim Feliz down to the third. Can Feliz find a way to fight back? Oh, Feliz getting squirrely off the corner. It's going to fan them all out 4 wide. Lathrop now looking up the inside. Oh, Feliz shuts the door. Thomas Lathrop, so he's going to have to settle for 4th place unless he can muster up something here out of the final couple corners. Our leader, Lincoln Fox, 1 more corner to go here. He will take the win in heat number 1. Hay heads to the line. Here comes that battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Fox takes the win. Lemke going to take 2nd place. Jim Feliz comes home in 3rd. Let's go back to our AM battle here. Looks like Belasco going to hold off Schlosser for top spot in AM. Michael Bond going to come home in 3rd place in AM class, rounding out the podium. Nice run for him. He's got Sean Teeter right behind him. Teeter was trying to push. Oh no, Bond goes wide. That's going to give it to Sean Teeter. Will it? No, Bond's still running the outside line. Will he stay ahead of him at the line? No, Teeter going to take that spot away. He tried to hold on to it. Mark Sherman across the line. So we're just waiting for a few more drivers. Kenton Bandy and William Stern still out there on track. Into the final corner for Bandy. He's going to come home in 28th place. Started in 26th. William Stern. Rough race for the Zebra car. Aaron Sunday, the Our House No Drama car. He's parked in beside the iRacing safety crew. Thank you to them for taking care of Aaron Sunday. So final corner here for William Stern. He will head to the line, and then we will take a look at our final results. There we go. William Stern makes things official. And with that, let's take a look at the results. Let's take a look at our mid-pack Larrys here first. Nick Belasco going to take the win over Matt Schlosser and Mike Bond. Oh, I guess Mike Bond did hold out Sean Teeter at the line there. So Belasco and Schlosser, they're going to start side by side for race number 2. We'll see how they do here. See if Schlosser able to take that win away in the feature race. Over in pros, Lincoln Fox led it from green to checker. Started on pole, led the whole way, was able to break the draft. The battle was for 2nd place. Brian Lemke made that sweet move on the last lap to take 2nd spot away. Feliz was able to hold off the charge from Lathrop, Chase, and Brock to take home the final step. On the podium there you see most laps led Lincoln Fox at 12. And let's see, who had the fastest lap? Looks like Lincoln Fox had the fastest lap of the race too as well, so hats off to him. We've got a 3-minute warm-up with about 2 minutes left. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back to check on things here shortly.
There might be some rain coming through. We expect rain soon. Rain is close. section has been declared wet. No sign of this rain stopping. Rain is clearing up. Rain should be gone for now. Nothing but sunshine all day.
Okay, we're back. It's time for heat number 2, or sorry, the feature race. See our cars getting gridded up there. Let's take a look at the results. I guess the results, the grid here. There we go. Thomas Lathrop going to start on pole with Jim Felice to his outside. Brian Lemke and Lincoln Fox going to start in third and fourth. Rest of the field will start where they finished. Michael Chase in fifth with Michael Brock in sixth. Tony Wallace in seventh. Shane Stern going to start in eighth. Roman Bykoff and Nick Velasco going to round out our top 10. Over in 11th, Matt Schlosser in 11th place. Joseph Marr in 12th. Greenho and Kruger going to renew their battle in 13th and 14th. Oz Exilo in 15th with Sean Kapinski in 16th place. Mike Bond and Sean Teeter 17th and 18th with Aaron Sunday in 19th and John Agudelo in 20th place. 21st going to go to Mike Bond with Aaron Sunday, the Our House No Drama car in 22nd. Why is John Agudelo there again? I'm not sure why he's on here twice, but just in back, Tim Garrett, Felipe Cox, Mark Sherman, John Cooper, Christopher Croto, and Kent Bandy are going to round out our top 30. And our final page of drivers here, Kent Bandy again. What is going on here? William Stern, Joseph Smith, Glenn Blanchard, Michael Tannegretta, Juan Colmenero, David Messler round out our field here this evening for race number 2. Let's take a quick look here at the weather. Still 77 degree air temp, but look at that track temp. Shot up another 10 degrees. Woo. Gonna get a little more slick for our drivers out here in the feature race. We saw a number of sliding going around here and there. We'll see how things go here. Feature race. Again, waiting on the green flag. Down the front straight we go. See the field of cars. Away we go here. Thomas Lathrop leading the charge. Into turn 1, Lathrop going to hold off Felice and Lemke. Lemke looking to the inside of Felice. He was able to pip him on the last lap last time to take away second spot. Felice trying to get that back now in the feature race. Lemke to the outside, Felice to the inside. Going to go 2 by 2. That's allowing Thomas Lathrop to open up a little bit of a gap here. Lincoln Fox, last race winner, tucked in right behind them. Let's go on board here with Lincoln Fox as we head up the hill. We're up the chute. Towards the line we go. Everybody in tow. Seeing a few cars, 3, 4 wide in the back. 2 by 2 we go. It's like Brock and is that Tony Wallace on the inside of Michael Brock, the Mad Motorsports car. Shane Stern, his teammate, trying to look to the outside. Rowan Bykoff right in there too as well. Ooh, we see Felice dropping a tire off on the dirt again. That's going to allow both Lincoln Fox and Brian Lemke to get by. Shane Stern going wide around Roman Bykoff. Nick Velasco looks up to the inside of Bykoff too as well. It's battle for top spot in AM class. Velasco won last round. Schlosser finished second. Schlosser looking to the inside of Velasco. Trying to take the win here in the feature race for his class. He's going to get around Velasco. Now Velasco will have to try and chase him down. Can he do it? Thomas Lathrop going to lead us around for lap number 1. Lemke, Fox, Feliz, and Chase round out your top 5. Let's head back a little farther in the field here. Mike Bond took the final step on the podium in AM class. He's tucked in behind Kelly Greenhoe. Greenhoe was able to get away from Kent Kruger. Struggled all last race to try and find a way around Kruger. Couldn't do it. Got that job done and dusted here early on in the feature race. Now he sets his sights on Joseph Maher up ahead, the Your Toast machine. Kelly Greenhoe behind the wheel. See Kelly there on board, looking calm, cool. Look at the concentration on that guy. I don't even think he's blinking. Sole focus is trying to keep Mike Bond in behind him. Bond looking to the outside. Oh, Greenhoe tags him. That's going to send Bond spinning around. I believe Kent Kruger might have collected him up too as well. Mike Bond is waiting for the field to get by so he can head back out on track. Oh man, we'll take another look at that in a few moments, but let's head back up here to the front where Lincoln Fox has gotten himself around Brian Lemke up into second place. So Heat 1 winner now. He's moved up 2 spots, now setting his sights on Thomas Lathrop. Can he find a way to chase down Lathrop? Lathrop showed a ton of speed at the end of the heat race, made up a number of positions. Can he hold off the charge of Lincoln Fox? Let's check back in on the battle in AM class. Matt Schlosser still leading the way. Velasco right in there behind him. They're working the way around Roman Bykoff. It's going to move Schlosser up into 9th overall. It's going to drop Bykoff down 1 spot into 10th. See if this trio can work together. They're right on the back of that lead pack. They're still within draft. You can see Shane Stern just up ahead in the final car on that lead pack. Schlosser right there. Oh man, Mike Bond has gotten a black flag now. Probably from incident points. He had that, would have been a 4X from Kelly Greenhoe. Meatball flags for Felipe Cox. And it looks like Gregorio Moreno Jr. again with the meatball flag. Rough set of races here at Okayama for Gregorio Moreno Jr. But Thomas Lathrop has been caught by Lincoln Fox. Now, can our Race 1 winner find a way around the rising edge machine of Thomas Lathrop? As they head into the final set of corners, a couple quick right-handers, double right-handers here. Then we head down the front straight. That'll finish up lap number 2. See our top 8 drivers all single file in a row. Across the line they go. That's going to start lap number 3. Kenton Bandy with a black flag too as well. Incident points. Number of drivers getting drive-through penalties here early on. Looks like Kenton Bandy might have crashed as well. Let's take a look at what happened to him. Jonathan Cooper with a black flag too. Or meatball flag, sorry. See, maybe there was some contact here between Coop and Bandy. Oh, there was. Bandy just got loose. Cooper with nowhere to go, and then he's going to park it into the rail. Oh, man, rough race for those two drivers. Let's have a look here. Ozzie Sulu, Sean Teeter battling for 16th and 17th place. Teeter in the AM Classic, Sulu in our Going Pros. Just back heading into the pits. He's either got some damage or that's going to be a drive-through for him. Let's see if we can take a look at what happened to Gregorio Moreno Jr. Looks up the inside of Ozzie Sulu. Oh, man. That was a very optimistic move by Gregorio Moreno Jr. there. Ooh, everybody kind of gets bottlenecked up in behind him. Check back in our leaders. It's the status quo here. Oh no, Lincoln Fox has gotten around Thomas Lathrop. But we're having a look at the replays. Let's see exactly how our winner from Heat 1 was able to get himself back up into top spot here in the feature race. As they were heading up the hill and then down into the braking zone, Fox with the inside line. Lathrop just going to back out and give that to him. Wise move, tucking in behind. Live to fight another day. See if Thomas Lathrop picks up something here where Fox is finding that extra pace. Lemke right there in tow too as well. Feliz in fourth, Jason fifth, Michael Brock in sixth, Tony Wallace and Shane Stern round out this 8-car pack. In front of the field, Matt Schlosser leading the secondary pack with Roman Bykoff, Nick Belasco, Kelly Greenhoe falling off the back of that pack now. That contact with Michael Bond might have given him a little bit of damage here, unable to stay with that top pack. Looks like Bykoff going a little slow. Belasco looked to the outside there, but in the end, Bykoff was able to hold on to that position. Let's take a look here. Aaron Sunday, Kevin Zhu. Zhu, we saw, got unfortunately wrapped up in that incident midway through Heat 1. Got the meatball flag, ripped the front bumper off, knocked the suspension out of it. So he's having a much better race here right now, up 15 spots into 19th place. Putting a ton of pressure on the back of Aaron Sunday, the Our House No Drama car. We saw him park it over beside the iRacing safety crew at the end of the heat race. Oof, Aaron Sunday getting squirrely. Let's head up front, and we got Michael Brock trying to make a play here on Chase. He's going to hold on to that position, but they're losing touch now with the top four. Or they continue to squabble in behind. That's going to cost them more time here. They need to get organized up, single file. They've got Schlosser, Bykoff, and Belasco now joining this secondary pack. That's going to give them about 7 cars here. If they can get nose to tail, single file order, they can reel back in our top 4. That top 4 is still led by Lincoln Fox. Searfield making their way up the hill. So you go up the hill on the backstretch, and then you come down the hill into the braking zone. So it makes it tricky because you kind of crest that hill at your top speed, and then you got to hammer onto the binders, get slowed down for that brake marker into the next corner. So it's not uncommon to see cars going off, missing that brake zone into the kitty litter, up the hill. As you see Fox dropping a couple tires into the grass. You got the big dog Kent Kruger battling John Agudelo. That's for 14th and 15th place. Agudelo, nice race for him so far, up 6 spots. Not without damage though. That left front severely hammered. We'll see how he fares here against Kent Kruger. Kruger with no damage on the front end of that car, so he's going to slip through the air a little quicker, a little easier than Agudelo is. As they got into the front straight, we'll see if Kruger able to take advantage of So we hop on board here with Kent Kruger. Down the front straight we go. See what kind of draft Kent gets here. Not an overly long straight, not enough to make a move into turn one, but he does close that gap. If he can stay right there as they head up the hill, up the backstretch, as you will. Kent should be able to get a nice run through there and put a ton of pressure on him. As it looks like Joe Samar or Kelly Greenhill dropping the tire into the dirt just up ahead of them, kicking up some sand. Here we go, up onto the backstretch. Let's see if Kent Kruger can find a way around Agudelo, get himself into 14th place. We'll see if Agudelo can defend. So have a look back at the big dog. You see him starting to close, but not getting the run he needs here to make the move. Kruger gonna have to hold on to fight another day here, try and find that another time to make that move. It's a connection issue for one of the cars in the background there. Didn't quite catch who it was that blinked out. Just saw the car come back in at the last second, but our top four continuing to break away from that secondary pack. Although they're getting a little more formation in behind there. Michael Brock leading that pack. See if they're able to chase them back down. Down the front straight they go. That's going to finish up lap number 6. Kick off lap 7 here. We're going to go 12 laps. Well, we did 12 laps in the heat race to start this one. I suspect we should do about the same number of laps here. They're running the same pace. Track temp a little higher. So the lap time's about a half a second or so slower than what they were in race 1. See Jim Fleas kicking up some dirt again. Dropping a tire left and right here. Flirting with those off tracks, they add up very quickly. Again, they only get 8 incident points. A little bit of damage on the front end too of that car for Feliz. It's going to cost them a little bit of aero damage too as well. Our top 4 heading up the hill. Thomas Lathrop now close that gap on the back of Lincoln Fox, our leader. Into the braking zone they go. Throp doesn't make a move. Looks like all these 4 drivers content right now to stay in line, nose to stern. Speaking of Stern, Shane Stern, one of the few drivers still running where he started this race in 8th place. Oh, they fan out 3 wide in behind. Stern going for the crossback. Is he going to switch back again? He thought about it. Matt Schlosser now, our top AM driver, looking up in the inside of Stern. They go on board here with Schlosser. He's got Roman Bykoff in behind him. They were able to drop Nick Belasco off the back of this pack, so that bodes well for Matt Schlosser taking the AM win here. That would reverse the podium position, or top 2 podium positions here in AM class, with Schlosser sitting in front right now, Belasco in second. They were the other way around at the end of race 1. See Belasco there just off in the distance. Fortunately, he's lost the draft. He's got no help with him here to close back in on that pack, so he's going to hope for some argy-barginess up ahead. Slow those drivers down so he can get right back in this battle. Quickly coming into 5 minutes left to go in this one. Kelly Greenhill and Joseph Marr. 2-car battle here. This is for 12th and 13th place. Greenhill currently holding on to that position. Joseph Marr starting in that position. He's down to 13th place, so they basically swap spots. And in behind them, we still got that battle between Agudelo and Kruger. Although Kevin Zhu, Sean Teeter, Ozzik Sulu now have caught up into this pack. Kruger's been unable to find a way around John Agudelo. Actually, I think he sent me how to say his name. Agudelo, I think it is. I'm gonna have to double check that. Sorry, John, I meant to do that before the race. We're gonna go with Agudelo. I think that's what it was. John Agudelo. Either way, he might be feeling some pressure from Kevin Zhu shortly, as Zhu is now caught up to the back of Kent Kruger. The 243 Tino's Pizza Rolls machine. Trying to find a way around Kent Kruger, up 18 spots so far in this one for Kevin Zhu. Much better race than he had in race 1. It helps that he got all of his body components still on the car and that suspension intact. Oh, we see Aaron Sunday fanning out in behind, trying to break the draft of Mark Sherman and Michael Tanagretta in his tow. Tanagretta, oh, thought about looking up the inside of Sherman. Couldn't do it, but Sherman at the same time thought about looking up the inside of Aaron Sunday. All three of those cars almost got collected up in a wreck. Tanagretta right tight on the back of Mark Sherman's bumper. This is for 19th, 20th, and 21st. Sunday and Sherman, both AM drivers fighting in class. Oh, Sherman looks up the inside of Sunday, almost gets into him. He's going to drift out wide. That's going to open the door for Michael Tanagretta to take away that position. That's going to move Tanagretta into the top 20. See if he's able to hold on to that position. Let's go back here. Kent Kruger still trying to hold off Kevin Zhu, but Zhu giving Kruger that boost he needs to close the gap here on John Agudelo. So we got Kenton Bandy into the pits. Unfortunate race for him. Saw him with that incident earlier on when Jonathan Cooper spun into the wall, so rough race for Bandy. Zhu now looking to the outside of Kruger. Can he make the move stick? Kent's going to give him the inside line. That's going to move Kevin Zhu up 19 spots into the top 15 now. See if he's able to dispose of Agudelo up ahead. Let's head back up front. Lincoln Fox leading the way. Lathrop in tow. They've opened up a bit of a gap over Lemke, Feliz, and Brock, though. So they've dropped Tony Wallace and crew a little farther back. See Tony Wallace leading this pack. He's got his teammate Shane Stern in behind him. Michael Chase, Matt Schlosser, and then I believe Roman Bykoff going to be just on the tail of this pack. Still within draft, but not getting as much draft as he needs. Nick Velasco trying to get some draft off that pack up ahead, trying to get back into the battle. He'd love to get up there and try and find a way around Schlosser if he could. Running out of time, though, is we're going to have this lap plus one more. Lincoln Fox will be picking up the white flag at the line. Out of the final corner, or not the final corner. They've got 3 more corners to go here. 1 left-hander and 3 right-handers. I guess that's 4 if I count correctly. Where's my hands? Where's my fingers? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 corners. Hey, look at that. Keep an eye on that. Bykoff. Oh, Schlosser banging doors with Chase. Rowan Bykoff working on the inside too as well, trying to take that position away. Out of the final corner they go. Chase goes off wide into the dirt. Bykoff going to take that position away. That's going to move him up into 9th. Schlosser up into 8th. Exactly what he needed to put a couple more cars in between he and Nick Velasco. 2nd place in AM class. Velasco now right back into this battle as he's trying to look into the inside of Chase. Will he try for the crossover here? No, he's going to tuck back in behind, but up front to our leaders. Thomas Lathrop started on pole here for the feature race. Lost this position to Lincoln Fox. Hasn't been able to find a way back around yet. This is where we saw Brian Lemke make the move on Feliz in race 1. Lathrop not close enough to make a late diving move here into the corner. He's going to have to try and build up for another potential move. There's about 1 more opportune overtaking opportunity here. You really have to commit to it and send it, though. We'll see here if Lathrop ready to do that. Will he put it all on the line to try and take the win in feature race? Sorry, in the feature race, not feature race number 2. Not close enough to make the move. Looks like he's going to have to settle for 2nd place as it is right now. Looks like Lincoln Fox right now poised to go back to back. He won the first heat race, was able to break the draft, walked away. Couple more corners to go. Dropping a couple tires into the dirt. Shouldn't matter. He's got a nice gap over Lathrop, but Lathrop getting a good run out of the final corner. To the line they go. Lincoln Fox back-to-back winner here this evening. Matt Schlosser looks like he is going to hold off Nick Belasco to take top spot in AM. Kevin Zhu unable to find a way around John Agudelo. That's going to give Agudelo 14th place. Zhu in 15th. Sean Gapinski trying to chase down Sherman. Sherman going to hold on to that spot in the You've Got Mail U.S. Post Mail machine. Benson Tai, new driver, had a rough start to a Heat 1. He's going to have a much better result here in the feature race, up 10 spots in 25th place. It's like Dylan Foster and Justin Back going to be our final two cars here to finish up as we see Foster, the M&M's machine, into the final corner, the 818. And then a short dash to the line. Justin Back, rough race for him. Started 21st. He's going to come home in 29th. Incidents galore for him, unfortunately. So he was able to regroup next week at Daytona, which is going to be a huge draft fest. Let's see if we take a look at what the final result here was for Kent Bandy that cost him out of the race. Oh, it was the contact with Cooper. I thought maybe there was something else afterwards. I know that was the final issue he had there. And then let's take another look here at the Michael Bond, Kelly Greenhoe incident we didn't take a look at earlier on. Greenhoe in the inside. Not sure if that was a racing deal there, or not sure if Greenhoe kind of bled out a little bit wide. Let's see if we can get a chopper cam here while we just wait for the rest of our drivers to finish up. So Bond on the outside, Greenhoe on the inside. Yeah, I think it was just a racing deal there. I think Bond thought he had a little more space on the inside. Greenhoe just going to give him a little tap in the right rear, and around he went. So that's going to wrap things up here at Okayama for the race, the feature race. Let's take a look at our final results for the feature race. So first, we're going to start off with the mid-pack Larrys. Oh, that is the heat race. There we go. Feature race. Matt Schlosser takes top spot ahead of Nick Blasco and John Agudelo in third spot. Our hard charger Benson tie up 27 spots. A nice race for him. Fast lap in AM class. Matt Schlosser 143.983. Congrats to him. And then over on the pro side, we see Lincoln Fox going back-to-back with Thomas Lathrop in second. Brian Lemke rounding out the podium here. And you know what? It was a fun race. I thought we'd have a little more action with almost 40 cars on track, but you know what? In the end, it was still a ton of fun. And let's see if we got any drivers to chat with here. So looks like we got Thomas Lathrop in the waiting room. Bring him in. Let's bring in our second place finisher in the feature race, Thomas Lathrop. Thomas, you started on pole for the feature race after finishing fourth in heat race number 1. You led for a bit there, but then Lincoln Fox was able to find a way up the inside of you, knock you down to second, and then you weren't able to mount a charge back up in the top spot. But all in all, how did your race go at Okayama?
It was great. I think tonight was a really good example that you can race really close and really clean. We had really no incidents in the lead pack in both races, which was awesome. Especially after the last couple of weeks, we've had a few incidents up front. But I think tonight was Lincoln's night. There was no stopping him. I just let him go on the straight. I would have rather followed him It's always easier to have a carrot in front of you, but also, of course, you've got the draft in these cars. So it was really us, you know, Brian, Jim, Michael Brock, Tony. The rest of us were all just kind of racing for best of the rest.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised in Heat Race 1 there where Lincoln was able to break away from the pack and break the draft. We don't see that happen too often here in the Mazdas. As you said, the draft is just so strong, and then without a roof and a back window, they just for a small car just punch a huge hole in the air, and that draft is real strong. But we head to Daytona next week, a track where the draft is going to be probably the strongest that we're going to see all season here. How you feeling about heading in there?
I enjoy it. You know, I like Okayama. It was a reprieve because Watkins and Spa and Suzuka, those were really drafty tracks. This track, it kind of is, but it wasn't so bad. But Daytona is not too bad. It's really just finding someone to work with and staying clean and staying in the draft. That's key to every Mazda race.
Yeah, it seems like, you know what, if you can stick with the cars ahead of you, you got a chance coming down to the last lap somewhere, somehow. But before we let you go here, Thomas, any shout outs you want to give anybody watching at home?
Nope, just thanking the lead pack for keeping it so clean and tight, and it was really fun tonight.
Excellent stuff. Well, best of luck next week at Daytona. Hopefully we see you battling for a top spot again.
Thanks so much.
Take care. That was Thomas Lathrop, our second place finisher in the feature race, fourth place finisher in the heat race number 1. Let's bring in Brian Lemke now. Lemke finished
How's it going?
Welcome in, Lemke. You finished second in the heat race. You really take that spot away from Jim Feliz on the last lap, and then you come home third in the feature race. So, you know, all in all, I guess it's a 2.5 end result for the day for you.
I'll take it. Yeah, no, I don't think any of us had anything for Lincoln tonight. He was flying. I was really happy to get that pass on Jim. I know we're in a tight points battle, so that felt really good. I was pretty patient that whole race. He made a couple small mistakes, but it wasn't enough to get by. And then finally, Thomas showed up at the end to give me the push I needed to get by him. And then the next race, Thomas was in front of me the whole race. And, you know, I didn't want to push the subject too much since he helped me get the P2 the race before that. So just doing my best to try to keep up with those guys up front race 2. And it all worked out. It was a great night, a lot of fun. Not the easiest track to pass, but you're really on the edge everywhere. So it makes it a lot of fun in a, you know, driving standpoint instead of just the draft tracks that we've been doing every week. So good change of pace, a lot of fun.
Yeah, the straightaway's not all that long at Okayama. The draft's still potent, but you just don't have that long run to really take advantage of it. But were you surprised that Lincoln Fox was able to break the draft in the first race?
A little bit. We were hanging with him for a while, and then I think Jim was in front of me, and he had a couple of moments, and then I took him side by side a couple times because I knew we weren't going to catch Lincoln. I think if I felt like maybe we could have something for him, I would have tried working more, but I knew we weren't going to get him, so I was trying to get mine instead of trying to work with Jim, and which probably helped Lincoln get away. I don't know if it was the right move, but in the time it felt good, and it all worked out in the end. I think me and Jim had a fantastic race. Even if Lincoln had checked out, it still made for some great racing.
Yeah, it was a battle to the end there, but you made that move on the final lap. We head to Daytona next week, a track that the draft is going to be the utmost important. These cars punch a huge hole. And at Daytona, I think you can be almost bordering 2 seconds back and still get a little bit of draft off the car ahead. But how are you feeling about your championship hopes heading to the midpoint of the season here after Daytona?
I think what I'm most excited about going into Daytona is that I still have a handful of drop races left. Daytona is just a crapshoot. I've had great success. I've had tears at the end. You can pretty much be like top 7 coming out of the bus stop on the last lap and probably have a shot to win this one. So yeah, it's just going to be a matter of trying to find people to work with and play the draft just right and hope you're there at the end with a shot at it.
Sounds like a pretty good analysis of how your race is going to go next week, Lemke. Hopefully we see you battling up at the top again. You've had a strong season to this point. But before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give to anybody watching at home?
Yeah, shout out to you guys, Racer Nexus, for the broadcast. Always have fun watching those the next day. Sky Lounge for hopping on board last season, helping out. Just all the guys. Soto this year has been helping me a bunch. Just everybody that shows up, everybody that makes the league happen. These huge fields have been tons of fun, so I love all the new guys that came out. Been having fun with some of these guys, racing week in and week out. So looking forward to the rest of the season, see how it goes.
Excellent stuff. Well, take care, Brian, and best of luck at Daytona next week. And we'll put the first half of the season behind us.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Take care. Okay, that rounds out our pro side of things. We got one AM driver looking to have a chat in the waiting room here, and that is our third place finisher, John. I'm going to try and get this right. John Agudelo. Did I nail it, John? Did I get it?
Yeah, you nailed it. How are you?
I'm good. Congrats. Got yourself final step on the podium in the feature race. You were got a little bit damaged there on the front end. Didn't quite see where you were able to accumulate that, but it didn't seem to to harm you too much. You were able to stay ahead of Kent Kruger and Kevin Zhu there towards the end. But overall, how'd your race go at Okayama?
Overall, it went pretty well. Major incident in the first heat. I was actually the one that had flipped. Said, yeah, I was responsible for the one that flipped during the first heat.
Yeah, I think that was Gregorio Moreno that you got into the side of.
Yeah,
we had a look at that,
him.
but I think you guys were about 3 or 4 wide at that point in time. There wasn't much room on track, but yeah.
As for that, the feature definitely went much better. I was able to avoid any major incidents. I picked up a few off tracks, but nothing major.
Well, we head to Daytona next week, a track that everybody knows. Okayama, I think everybody's familiar with too as well. It's a track you see a lot. Working your way through the licensing system here at iRacing, but Daytona, it's one of the it's probably the top 5 tracks on most everybody's list. How you feeling about heading into the midway point of the season at Daytona here in the Miatas?
I'll be extremely scared of bump drafting, but overall it should be fun.
Well, best of luck to you next week, John. Before we let you go, anybody want to shout out here, potentially watching you at home, cheering you on, and rooting for you?
Shout out to the 1010 Motorsports homies. They're always trying to prey on my downfall, but it's all jokes.
Excellent stuff. At 1010 Motorsports, guys, leave John alone. He's out here doing his best at Apex this. So take care, John. Best of luck to you next week at Daytona, and hopefully we're talking to you again at the end of the race.
See you then. Have a good one.
Take care. So there we go. That's going to wrap up. Looks like our interviews here for this evening. And no other drivers waiting in the room, but a heck of a race. I was a little leery. Okayama can be, kind of hit or miss sometimes, but you put 37 Mazdas on track, tight confines, 20-minute race. It's go, go, go from the start. You see pretty much every car in camera shot there with a little bit of damage on the front end, but that's Mazda racing. A little bumping, a little banging, and that's the way it goes. There, Jonathan Cooper. It was a rough race for Coop, but hats off to all of our drivers. But before we go, let's give a shout out here to our cameras, Track Cams 422, mimicking all the realistic IRL camera action you might see from NASCAR to Formula One to IndyCar to IMSA, World GT. TrackCams22.com. Thank you to them for all the amazing camera angles. And then we have Apex Sim Racing Shop. You find yourself a 5% discount code in the description of the video below. Get yourself a 5% discount code off anything they sell in store from their own brand of Apex Sim Racing accessories to products from the likes of SimMagic, SimiCube, MOZA, and so forth. And again, we thank them for coming on board. So we're going to re-rack things again next week at Daytona. We'll have another 20-minute heat and 20-minute feature race. Again, this has been Racers Nexus. I'm Rob Campbell. If you're looking to have your league or special event broadcast, you can find us in the description of the video too as well. Hop in, ask your questions. We would gladly help you out. But until next week, we'll see you then. Bye for now.